Okay. So here's the question. Is being a Navy SEAL as hard as the movies portray it?
I mean, yes. I mean, it's hard.
Yeah.
You know, it's a constant, depending on where you're at, it's a constant requirement to perform. You can't ever just sit on your haunches and say, hey, I've made it. You know, it's a constant chance to perform, or a constant requirement to perform. And then especially in combat, like,
I bet.
you know, I had hypothermia multiple times. My girls make fun of one of my toes here because that toenail goes black a lot because I had, it's like a Mr. Deeds foot. I had frostbite on that toe.
Mr. Deeds.
So you're constantly having to perform even under massive, you know, duress. And then, hey, you take it a step further and you get the guys that go to Green Team and go over to Development Group, over to SEAL Team 6. You know, that's an even another larger requirement.
So that's more of a funnel.
It's
So
even
you got
more of
those
a funnel.
Navy SEALs. So you say SEAL. I don't even know what is SEAL. I've heard that term.
So a lot of times they'll say SEAL Team 6 because there's no such thing as a SEAL Team 6. A lot of times they'll say SEAL Team 6 just to kind of a general blanket for any SEAL team. But generally speaking, when somebody refers to SEAL Team 6, they're referring to Development Group, okay?
Gotcha.
And that is, they test and evaluate a lot of gear. They're special mission unit. They're always on call. They're always Tier 1 on call, so a lot of high-level missions. So the two special mission units we have are SEALs at Development Group and CAG or Delta.
Okay.
And so those would be your two in that. And there's a lot of Tier 1 units, but those two are what's called special mission unit. Like they can get a call, hey, we got to respond.
And they got to go now.
When SEALs go through that pipeline, that training pipeline, and buddy of mine's an instructor over at Green Team now, or he might be at a squadron, back at a squadron. It's an even more strenuous training pipeline, and you get performance drops there. Nobody's going to quit, although everything is equally as hard. Guys are, you know, you would normally have somebody would quit doing that.
But these guys have made it so far, they're not going to do it.
They're not going to quit. They're just, you're looking at strictly performance. So they're taking, I think he said the last one they had 60-ish% attrition rate, and that's among SEALs. The same thing with sniper school. So when I went to SEAL Team 3, when I checked in, I went straight to sniper school.
Okay.
I went overseas, checked in at the end of an Iraq deployment, went to Germany for a little while, and then I came back, and they said, hey, you're slated for sniper school. So I go to sniper school in January.
Okay, was that a question or was that an ask?
No, actually, they did ask me, say, hey, where do you want to go? And I said, hey, I'll go wherever the platoon. My chief asked me. I said, I'll go to wherever the platoon needs me to go. That's always everybody's standard answer.
Yeah, it's like Jesus in Sunday school.
Exactly. Yeah. He said. So my chief, Benny, looked at me and he said, "That's not what I asked you, son. I asked you where do you want to go?" And I said, "Well, if you're really asking me, I want to go to sniper school." And he said, "You sound like you're going to be good at sniper school," because I had a country accent, you know. And so he said, "You sound like you'll be good at sniper school, and I definitely don't want to hear you talking on the radio." That's what he said. So he wound up sending two other of us new guys checking in to comm school and JTAC school, and sent me to sniper school. And that was his response to me. And man, sniper school was really flipping
Was it
hard.
awesome?
No, dude, it was awesome. It was probably my favorite training block
Sure.
in all of the training I've done. But it was really flipping hard, and it's a 60%. I think our class, we lost 65% of the guys, and these are SEALs. It's only SEAls.
But is it a physicality hard or is it?
No, I mean, it is physically hard.
Yeah.
So, but like, for instance, if you miss on your cold bore shot, let's say at 500 yards, and they say, hey, you got to hit, here. Every inch I was off of my cold bore, you had to run a mile that morning before you went to the range and did your stuff, and you had to complete your mile. So you have some guys that they might be 8 inches off. Their
8 miles.
might be, so they got to run 8 miles. These dudes are, just smoke showing up to the range. So, I mean, it was physically hard because of stuff like that, but nobody's going to quit. It was strictly an attrition rate.
It's a performance.
It's a performance-based thing.
Yeah.
You're shooting moving targets that are 11 inch wide at 800 meters. I mean, so you've got a lot of stuff going on.